Hey, gut feeler pioneers. Hey, gut feelers. What's up? Hello, everybody. Welcome, Linda, Alison, Justin, Natural Free Forever in the house. Who else is here? We've got Einard as well. So let me know who is here. Just say hi in the chat box so we know you're there while we are gathering. Happy, healthy Sunday to you. It's 11 a.m. here in Mexico right now, and it's already pretty hot. So I'm gonna be sweating. Let me know if the sound is good because I'm outside to get a little bit of air, but there's a lot of wind and things like that. So I want to make sure that this is working for you. If not, we're gonna go inside. Let me know. Hi, Sarah. How's the sound? Is it okay with the wind, or shall we? Thank you. Or shall we go inside? Let me know. If you don't let me know, we'll just stay here. Sounds good. Okay. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate it. All right. Cool. So let's get started. Okay. So today, oh, by the way, while we're gathering, I've got a question for you. I would love to hear from you. What's a health win that you've got in the last month or so? What's like something where you feel like, hey, I made some progress. Maybe it's a food that you started to introduce, or well, there's a lot of background noise, even for me, a little bit distracting. Maybe it's a food you introduced, or it's a new thing that you started, a new habit that works really well for you, or you might have, what else could you have? You could have reduced some of your supplements and felt better. That would be a good one. So let me know if or what's one of your health wins for the last month, in the last weeks. And it can be even just something small. It's really just about shifting the focus from feeling so much, oh my God, this is hard. I have to work hard for this to get better, to feeling more like, hey, I actually already made progress, even if it's small, but we're moving in the right direction. Okay, let me know. I think I'll move inside because it's just too distracting for me, even if you are fine with it. Taking my pyramids and the thingy here. Let's see how this works now. Okay. Well, this is how live sessions are. Raw and real. There we go. Come inside, come inside. Up. Now, of course, we don't have a chair. So let me get a chair. Okay. All right. Hope this is better. There we go. Back to basic. So we're also going to close this door. The thing is, you never know. You start, I prepared everything half an hour before, set everything up, and there was no wind, and the neighbor wasn't washing his clothes, and there was no washing machine going on. Just a few birds. So I was like, yeah, let's go. Now, it doesn't work. Okay, guys, I'm looking for your health wins. Let me know. High fruit diet. That's a health win for you that you started, Sarah? That's amazing. Justin started eliminating eggs, dairy, soy, corn, gluten a week and a half. Help. Okay, well, Justin, we are looking for the things that worked, not for the things that don't work. I know the brain is usually wired this way. We're like, oh my God, what do I have to, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. We're looking for something that, a health gain that you had in the last couple of weeks or so that actually worked. Something you found out, hey, oh, I got a health improvement in this and this symptom, and I did this and this. That's what I'm looking for, guys. So let me know in the chat box or in the comments below if you're watching it later. And while you're doing this, I would love to give you some exciting updates. So today is going to be exciting one-on-one support update. Super excited about that. And after the news, we're going to go into live Q&A. I'm going to answer as many of your questions as possible. Sometimes these chats here, they can go a little bit crazy. Today, let's see how many. For now, we're just 37 people, so it might not go that crazy. But if it goes crazy and you're like, oh my God, I came here to get this question answered, there are two ways to stand out. And number one is you can use super chat or the super sticker button under the chat box. And that makes you pop out and it's easier for me to see your question. Don't use excessive amount of smileys or post your question 4 times or so. That's not a legit way of standing out because it will just spam the chat box and then we need to eliminate you from the discussion. Number 2, so that's number 1, use super chat if you want to stand out, if you have an important question, or you can also become a Gutflix channel member here for, I call it Gutflix, the channel, you know, if you're knowing Netflix, so this is Gutflix. You can become a Gutflix member. There's a join button down below. And the cool thing is you support the channel, you make those live Q&As happening, you support them, and you also stand out because your name is green. So let's see if we have any gut feeler members here in the house. Not right now, maybe somebody's joining later. So your name is underlined green, and that's also a way for me to see you. Also, apart from that, as a benefit for becoming a Gutflix member, which you can do with the join button down below, YouTube always says I should rinse and repeat this, so I'm doing this here for you now. I will also be able to answer more of your questions or comments that you have under videos. Currently, we have about 100 comments from all of the YouTube channel per day, so it's kind of impossible for me to answer, 100 comments per day. So when I take the time to answer some questions, the Gutflix members from the channel here, they definitely have first priority. So it's a worthwhile thing, and you support the free information that we're sharing here on YouTube. Okay, now I already need a drink. What are you having? I'm having lemon water. I had a few ice cubes in there, but they melted away in 5 seconds because it's like already 30 degrees Celsius here in Mexico. I know. Peggy, shut up. Don't complain. I'm freezing. I know. Okay, I'm quiet. Shh. I won't complain. Okay. So let me see if you have any more. Schedule and activity. Some probiotics have helped with the congestion and helped allergies. That's amazing. Great, hot water helped, just not cold water. Great, feels so much better. Yeah, hydration is everything, isn't it? Eating more vegetables, less dairy, you have more energy. Amazing, Michelle. I'm so proud of you. So let's see, anybody else? Any wins you want to share? Anything? Okay, natural free forever. I've boosted my stomach acid with apple cider vinegar. You want to watch the apple cider vinegar video on gut feelings. You might want to change your mind and use lemon water instead. I'm not going to go into details, just refer you to the video. If you put in the YouTube search bar gut feelings and apple cider vinegar, you will be surprised. Okay. Hello, everybody. Asma joining. Cheatix, Nona, lemon water all day. That's the spirit. Hi, Rimam. Hi from Egypt. Amazing. Keith. Hi, Keith. Lisa, Steve, Holly, Gary, Kay Klassen. Amazing, guys. Okay, so Shaik as well. Steve, amazing. So we did the little update. So today is going to be one-on-one update and then your live questions. I'm so happy you're here, guys. I'm so happy. I love doing this. I love connecting with you. Maybe if you're watching this as a replay, you're like, yeah, let's come to my question. But I also really want to just take time to appreciate us, appreciate you for showing up here, for being willing to put yourself out there and, ask your question. This is also a way of becoming vulnerable. Even if it's over YouTube, you still admit that you want to grow. And also, anytime you interact with all the other gut feelers here on the YouTube channel that are joining live Q&A right now, this is such a community building, we are all in this together event. So use the time, connect with each other as well in the chat box, and let's make the most out of this time together. Happy Peggy. Okay, so one-on-one support update. I've been thinking about this and like really feeling into this a lot in the last couple of weeks, actually. And full disclosure, so this is interesting for you if you ever thought about, hey, I would love to, just do a one-on-one session with you, Peggy, over there on the other side of the screen, but I couldn't afford it so far, or I wasn't sure if it's the right thing, and what do I actually get? So here's an update, because things have changed. As my hair changed, also a few things in my business changed, and just becoming more, as we all growing, I'm also growing the business. That's one thing that with the apple cider vinegar, for example, there was a video that I recorded 3 years ago when the channel started, and I was supporting apple cider vinegar, and it was the biggest mistake ever. So things change, I'm not perfect, I'm learning just as we all are. So one-on-one support update, lots of talking, more lemon water. I wish there could be somebody of you who can just like fill the gap a little bit and share about their healing experience, how we can do that on Zoom, so I can take a break. Anyway, so I want to be like fully honest with you with the one-on-one support. In the last about a year, I have been reducing the one-on-one support and more focusing on the Gut Feel Academy, focusing on group coaching, because I also believe that group really supports the whole healing process. This was one reason. But the other reason was that I sometimes felt kind of drained from all the preparation work, that goes into a one-on-one session, created like an action plan with all the healing steps, which is a document, and then doing basically all the done for you stuff for the one-on-ones. And therefore, but I don't want to, I don't want to just like skip the one-on-one support, because there is a value in it. And therefore I decided, because I also love doing it, I decided to change some things around, because I love supporting gut feelers like you, if you feel resonance, to transform those health challenges that we have and that I had in the past. And, there's always something up, always more to grow, into gifts, and come out the other side stronger and more glowing and more empowered and really more like, yeah, I got this, than before. So actually not just healing, but becoming more of myself, becoming more of yourself in the process. I really feel like this is like a transformation process that is much more not just about like eating this thing and taking that supplement and popping that pill. So I will be explicitly, I did that in the past already, like kind of guerrilla under the ground when I work with somebody one-on-one. But right now I'm going to do this explicitly, changing focus from working mainly with food and supplements to incorporating more of, allowing transformation on all levels. And with all levels, I mean like not giving you just a quick fix. Quick fixes are cool sometimes. They give you relief, but they're not... but also sometimes it's the emotional level that needs support, and there are tools that we can use, or the thought patterns, the belief systems, the mind that is just overthinking, overcluttered, or even the what I call like the soul level or the spirit level, where you feel connected to your life's purpose, where you feel like, hey, I wake up in the morning and I know why I'm waking up. I have this kind of this energy that moves me out of my bed. That's the easiest way to describe, or your connection to God, or whatever you want to call it, to your soul's purpose. So the one-on-one support and the people I want to work with in the future, and I've got so blessed with the clients I had already. It's been like over 300 now. Maybe there's one of you guys here that I worked with. Let me see. Usually Sarah is showing up, but she's not here today. We did a different day. I know Sunday is kind of Sunday is a different day, and I wanted to do it early in the morning, like 11 a.m. So other people from other time zones, like India and things like that, I got feedback that they wanted to join. So we kind of mixed my Holy Sunday. I'll give you my Holy Sunday. Who already did, all the tests and all the doctors, tried this diet and tried that diet and did medical medium and all of that, and who are still, still not getting better. And that's like a signal for me that there's something like deep that wants to be transformed. And this is like the most satisfying and the most heart-connected work that I can offer, that I can do, and also seeing the transformation. So it's really about the transformation process, and that's a lasting transformation. Instead of just giving you a quick fix, drink lemon water for your digestive problem to absorb nutrients better, increase the stomach acid. That's great. That's why YouTube is amazing. All those quick tips that you can get there, that's great. Happy to share them, freely everywhere. But that's not the same as having like a deep transformation and really, connecting to your body and understanding, how your body works and what, creating this connection with your inner antenna, with your gut feelings. That's not something you can just, do on YouTube or share on YouTube. So, let me see. I have some notes here, so I'm going through the notes. So one of the things that I really like bringing in more personal as well from the transformation is fun. I know I've been suffering, for 15 years from all different health symptoms, and it was not fun. It was just, it was draining. I felt tired. I felt like I'm the only person with this. I had all the self-judgment. And one of the qualities that I love bringing into one-on-one sessions is like the deep fun. This lightness, this feeling that you are kind of, even if it looks like everything looks black, there's still, there's still this curiosity that we can kindle, so you can turn the suffering into a gift and really become more aware of what this is teaching me, what you can learn. So, it's all about confidence and helping you find the gold in the challenge. So I have more of this notes. I have so many notes that I wanted to share with you, but I'm just going to wing it now. And really, really making it clear that there's much more involved in healing, in transforming like long-term struggles into digestive ease, into feeling more comfortable with your body than just eating a certain food, drinking the celery juice, or taking the zinc supplement. I wish it would be that easy, but then also you wouldn't get the gold. You wouldn't do this deep transformation process. So there is much more. It's not always, like, let's do it. There's like, it gets to the nitty-gritty. But I'm ready for it, and I'm ready to support you if you feel like that's the call. So making this short, oh my God, I have so much more notes. Making this short, I want to know from you if you know this movie, I'm Not Your Guru, from Tony Robbins, Anthony Robbins. I love this movie, and that's because like being somebody else's guru is like the last thing I ever want to be. I want to be like the replacement for your doctor, or like your test results, or for medical medium, or another YouTube channel where you just go like, tell me what to do, I'll do it. What to eat, I tell you what your problem is, because that's like you here and the other person there. That's not, I think like 2021 and beyond, it's all about us understanding like we are already super powerful, and I can help you to see the power, that you have, and support you more on a, on a friend level. Of course, it's never a friend, because if you pay somebody for supporting you, but it's a different approach. So there's nothing wrong with getting support, 100%. okay, I did get support, and I'm still getting support. I have a business coach, I have a happiness coach, but they're like a skilled friend, along the way, and they help me to learn more about myself and inspire me. And in the end, the goal is all about to connect with myself, so I can, go out there, and whatever challenge I meet, I know how to find the answers inside of myself. I learn facts, I learn new perspectives, but I also learn, how to find the resource inside myself. That's the most powerful and the most fun work I can offer. And those are the types of clients that I want to work with in the future. So if that's you, there's more information that I'm going to link, that's linked below. So the information after you've chose your session and you paid for it, you will be redirected automatically, magic of the internet, to access my calendar, and then you can book your schedule your call. So it's going to be easy. We're also going to change the price structure, because I will there was like lots of COVID happening, and lots of people emailing us and saying like, hey, I lost my job, I'm so sick that I can't work, or you work less because of COVID. So there's a lot happening in the collective, and we also want to respond to this. And I will personally have less upfront work, so we can make the sessions more affordable, because I'm not going to create this action plan and stuff. It's going to be more hands-on what you can do right now. And we're not selling packages anymore. We're going to more do like one-off sessions if you just want to have like a, okay, just give me your perspective kind of thing. And if you want to work longer with me, then that's possible too. Okay. So one sentence summary from micro support, and like all the nitty-gritty micromanaging, to more supporting you to see the bigger picture, see that sometimes healing also means letting go, making space for something. Maybe you're one of those people who have like the cupboard full of supplements. That was definitely me. Or there are habits that you continue every day that you're not even aware of, that actually work against what you want to achieve. Or overthinking food choices, should I eat this? Or this cost this, I shouldn't eat this, all the self-judgment. Definitely, this was me so much. Let me know if you ever, felt like you have this perfection virus, that you want to do it right, and you want to do it, like the same, just want to get it right. There's one way to find, and this is how I want to get it right. That's 100%. Don't tell anybody. Let me know in the chat or in the comments if you're one of those, like me. Yeah. Okay. So long story short, that was the one-on-one support update. Again, if you are ready for, you feel like resonance, feel like, hey, Peggy, yeah, that sounds reasonable. If not, totally fine. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and there are so many amazing people out there who can support healing journeys. So that's totally fine. Just putting myself out there. So yes, excited talking about it. Let me just check here in the box what's going on. Oh, you won't tell anyone. Thank you. Yes, Aduna, I also think we are way too dependent on the outside to save us. And it's also, it's nobody's fault, really. It's not, if that's something you are doing, that's not your fault, it's not my fault, because that's what we've been told. That's how we are kind of programmed from the outside, that there is, the solution or the thing, that we just have to find the thing, like the supplement or pharmacy, like the medication, or doctors and test results, do the test to know what's wrong with me, because I'm so deficient and weak, and I'm kind of a victim, that I just find this one thing, and then all my problems, all these health challenges will go away, because I just found the puzzle piece. But truth is, unsexy but true, really. But that's how it works. The more often you do it, the stronger it gets, and the more automatic it gets. Programming our nervous system is one part of it. Okay, that was enough. Enough on that topic. So if you're interested, I put the information down below. And maybe we're going to see each other in a one session. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, just stop this one here. If I just only knew how. Here. Okay. Got some tech in the background here. Got to figure out. Okay. Oh, one more thing before I leave. Before I would go to your question, I'm not going to leave. There's right now we've been, or let's say it that way, if bloating and malabsorption are one of your main symptoms that you're dealing with, you're like, oh my God, that's me, then I have, what I'm doing, I worked in the last month or so, I worked with 5 gut feeler pioneers. Maybe some of them are here. Any gut feeler pioneers? Lots of new gut feelers. So we work together, and are all people who have bloating and malabsorption, because I wanted to create a course that is not just, like do this, everybody the same, like sheep in one go, and then you just pay for it and it doesn't work, and you do like half of the modules and then it's over. So I don't think this is sexy or this is going to be helpful. I really wanted to create something that is fun and that honors the that you bring, and really not just about, it is about food and about supplements and about the physical level, but it also addresses the other levels that I just mentioned, the emotional level, the thought level, the soul level, and really finding tools that address those levels, and you pick them. Yeah, so you choose, you understand what you need. So it's a lot about self-inquiry and community support as well. So I've been working on this course. It's not yet finished, but there is an early bird or early gut feeler opportunity to join. So you get in, and you get, for your early bird bravery, you get 50% off. And I've got an invitation that I recorded for you on the beach. Actually, not on the beach, in the lake. It's really pretty. I wanted to show it to you. Let me just get the phone. Okay, it takes too long. So it's a really pretty thing. A fun video to watch. So if you would like us to share more information about that, you just email Maria, my assistant, to support@peggyschirmer.com. The email address is also down below. And just in the subject line, something like new course or bloating malabsorption course. And then we're going to send you over more information, and you can check out if it's the right thing for you to join at this time. It's going to be probably released in March. Of course, I'm very, very excited. It's going to be very different from anything else that is out there on the market. At least that's what the gut feeler pioneers have said. So very, very exciting and very interactive and fun and powerful. All right, good guys. So hit me with your questions. By the way, do you guys, anybody has a question about what I just shared about with the one-on-one support? If so, just put big letters support and then your question, so I know this is a support related question. I'm just going to go through them if there are any. D. Sanchez, Peggy, doesn't group chat support group lend itself to misinformation for multiple people? No, that's a really good question though. No, because it's not about, when one person shares, this worked for me, or I'm doing this and this works. The whole idea is about you feeling like getting more and more in touch with yourself to receive the information that is presented. It doesn't really matter who shares this, if it's medical medium or a doctor or a professor or me or an alien or whoever. You can feel it inside yourself. You can feel it in your gut. For example, for me, when something is really true, maybe somebody shares something in a group chat and it's really relevant for me and it feels like, yes, that's what I want to do. I get goosebumps all over the place, like, like a cat. And that's really what I love, teaching people, helping people to rediscover, because we all have it and we all had it as a kids. We just forgot about it. To rediscover this ability, because that's the most powerful thing you can have. When you don't have to look at, who got this credential and that's professor did a study, when you don't know that the pharmacy industry paid for it, unfortunately, and you just, like a sheep, walking that way and walking that way. Hope I didn't offend anybody. If I did, it was not on purpose. Okay. Okay. Let's dive right into, I'm scrolling up a little bit. Oh, by the way, we have this question format. Maybe if you're new for the gut feeler, a new gut feeler joining on live Q&A, we have a question format. This is where some of the gut feelers, like Steve R, well done, they put 3 question marks in front of the question. That's how I can see that this is a question and not just a comment, because if you scroll through like 200 little pieces, then it's very hard for me to see what is a question and what is just a response to somebody else's comment, and or just hi or whatever. So put 3 question marks in front of your question and then the question. Okay. Steve R, thoughts on Ayurveda, eating cooked veggies, warm drinks, vata, working for me. No, I don't have any thoughts on Ayurveda. I think it works for some people. Personally, I'm very much, you know, what I just shared with you, I'm very much not about just buying into one system, you know, doing Ayurveda, doing TCM eating, food map diet, definitely not, or keto or paleo. It's much more about finding what works for you and taking the, you know, more like a puzzle thing. Medical Medium has some really good stuff. And at the same time, if I work one-on-one with some people and I tell them like, hey, let's do celery juice, they're like, I'm dying if I do celery juice. I explode. I'm like a balloon. So just, you know, just giving them like, do this, doesn't work. So if it works for me, if it works for you, Steve, amazing. You know, you found your thing, and it might work for some time, and then might be something new or something else that needs to happen for, you know, for your body. So just staying awake and staying aware, and not just like rinse and repeat everything always the same. Yeah, just tuning in. And thank you for sharing that Ayurveda with this vata, if you're vata type, if that works for you, that's great. K. Klassen, what can I do if I get lots of gas when I eat leafy greens? Yeah, so that's like the bloating malabsorption type of question. Gas as well is very much in that area. So one of the things you gotta understand that is your microbiome is very much, your microbiome consists of different types of fungi, bacteria, viruses. They shouldn't be there, but they are sometimes there. So all of those, they help to break down the foods. If you have an imbalance in your microbiome, now if there are a lot of bacteria that in the past have eaten, you know, dairy, corn, soy, pork type of thing, those are different bacteria than bacteria that break down leafy greens. And those bacteria, by the way, when they're dying, they're also creating gas. They're also creating waste products that for the body are inflammatory, and that the body sometimes, you know, expresses gas as an inflammation response. So if you have very much, you know, lots of gas from eating greens, it can be a temporary thing while your microbiome adjusts. It can also be an overwhelm. So sometimes that's the interesting thing that we're also right now exploring with the bloating and malabsorption course, is that sometimes just taking in all these healthy foods, you know, probiotics, sprouts, leafy greens, everything raw, fruit, like food, can be overwhelming for the system. Can be overwhelming for your body if your body is very much imbalanced. If you have this strong disconnection from the, you know, bacterial microbiome world. All this disinfectant stuff, by the way, makes it worse. Yeah, this hand disinfection, we breathe in the disinfection, all of that. If you can avoid it, do something different. So what can you do with the leafy greens? I would just go like gentle on it. If it's just the gas and you're like, okay, it's a little bit of gas, then keep going. But also like taking breaks. Maybe you combine it with potatoes, for example, with cooked potatoes. That could work. Blending it up can work. Blending it together with a fruit, for example, banana, which has a lot of enzyme, has some healthy glucose, easily gets into the cells. Maybe some coconut water because of the potassium and the electrolytes, which can help also to reduce the gas and the bloating. And really just it's like this experimenting, bringing in a little of cooked foods more can help, especially in the evening. You know, some sweet potatoes, carrots. Carrots are amazing for gas. Also amazing for constipation or if you have any nausea and upset. Cooked carrots. The old doctors for children, they still knew this. They still knew that cooked carrots, like a cooked carrot soup, is the best thing. Somehow for like, stomach infections and for feeling like nausea, feeling like, oh, I ate something wrong, like all kinds of different things, because the bacteria, apparently, like nobody knows why this works. But if you cook the carrots for a long time and then you eat the carrot soup, somehow the bacteria or the virus or whatever is attaching to them. I don't know if that's true, but it works. And then it goes out through the stool. So that's a really cool thing. I love that. Okay, let me see more questions. Keith, do antifungals, black walnut, oregano, oil, turmeric over time hurt your liver? Your liver? Not necessarily your liver. Like it's more about, oregano oil, for example, is very strong. It's an essential oil. So it's a different type. It's a different, like those are all things you mentioned. They are all completely different things. Black walnut, oregano oil, turmeric. It depends. So the more natural, the better. Oregano oil is not necessarily very natural. It's distilled. So eating oregano and oregano oil is not the same. Oregano oil I wouldn't do that for like a long period of time. That's very intense. It's not necessarily bad. Can help with SIBO, can help with, as a natural antibiotic to create more, make more space for the good guys and kill some of the bad guys, bacteria-wise. So that's why oregano oil can be very helpful. Also, oregano oil topically can help the digestion. So if you put that with some, coconut oil or olive oil, the oregano oil, and put it on the belly, that can help with digestion. Also, liver loves that from outside. Turmeric is definitely like the whole body loves turmeric. There's no overdosing in turmeric. That's like anti-inflammatory, so dense in all kinds of phytochemicals. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Antifungals, if those are like chemical antifungals, they do a lot of more harm, not just to your liver. They really mess up the intestinal microbiome, and can also be hard for the kidneys, depending on how you take them. So that's a different topic. Okay, guys, remember the 3 questions. Stephen, this is not a question. You put, hello, my friend, hope all is well. That's not a question. Naughty, but hi. Okay. April, let me just see if there's a gut feeler in the house. By the way, guys, I know I'm, in the beginning of the session, we're doing a lot of, connecting stuff, but really try to be here in the beginning, because you're missing the connection, you're missing, some of the information that I shared with you. So just jumping in late and then just popping your question, like slapping it into my face, is not very recommendable. Okay, let me see. April tough. Can grains cause leaky gut? I'm healing my gut and have cut out grains for now. Can I reintroduce them later on when I'm healed? Thank you. Okay, so there's a misunderstanding about the whole leaky gut thing. So grains do not cause leaky gut, and on top there is no leaky gut. So it's like, where do we start? I have a video, April, on leaky gut, on leaky gut. This is how I say it, because there are no food particles traveling through your gut lining. This would cause, like, just from a medical perspective, having studied 4 years medicine, that would cause a peritonitis, which basically is a emergency thing. No, you're close to getting like your blood of bacteria and stuff like that. That's not what's happening. This is and stuff. He was like really big in promoting that. What really happens there, what's leaking, is a gas, and the gas is called ammonia. permeability would be a better word for leaky. Grains do not cause leaky gut. The thing is with this ammonia permeability that this gas, it's like this gas when you come into a pigsty. Ever been to a pigsty? I haven't recently. It's very intense. It smells already super toxic. And the problem with this gas is it can travel anywhere. It can inflame your nervous system. It can inflame your intestines. It can do all kinds of, like brain fog and candida, and can cause anything. Any kinds of symptoms, neurological fatigue, adrenal fatigue, blurred vision, everything, literally. So in order for you to not produce that gas and have the leaky gut syndrome symptoms, what you want to focus on is eating like a diet that is easy to digest. So you don't want to have any food lingering in your gut. So if you, for example, if you have low stomach acid and then you eat an animal protein, like a lot of animal protein, like pork or dairy or anything like that, what happens is it putrefies in the gut. It doesn't get broken down because the body doesn't have the capacity. It's weakened, doesn't have the capacity to break the food that you ate down. And often you don't have the symptoms immediately. That's just something that happens over days, even weeks. And then on your gut lining, you have all those clumps of undigested food. It's very unappetizing, I know, but that's how it goes. And they're actually lingering there, and they inhibit the absorption as well from food because it's just clogged too. Everything clogged. So grains do not cause leaky gut, but anything that contains gluten, like wheat, rice, spelt, what else could contain gluten? Those are the main ones. What that does is it feeds pathogens. It feeds Epstein-Barr, it feeds streptococcus. Streptococcus we all do have streptococcus. It's just a matter of, how much and how the immune system can keep up with it. So I would not recommend you at all to eat ever gluten, if it's not an emergency pizza over there. Is there anything like an emergency? I have to eat the emergency pizza. I don't know. By that example are fine, gluten-free oats, or quinoa, pseudo grain, rice, things like that. Sometimes when people have a lot of gas and bloating, leaving the grains out for a while can be very beneficial though. So yeah, hope that answered your question, April. Sarah Swinnen. How can I support and stimulate the lymphatic system? I have very dry and cracked skin, dewy, healing from eczema, but it doesn't get smooth. Yeah. Okay, so those are two things. So your assumption is that healing or stimulating lymphatic system is going to help the skin. It's pretty good. It's pretty smart. Usually does. So one thing I demonstrated that in the last group coaching call for the Gut Feeler Academy. I'll do that here again. I'll show you a yoga pose, which you can define. It works like a charm, especially if you don't have a rebounder and you cannot, jump up. That would be the first one to do. It will get a rebounder and just do, this upside down, jumping up and down on the rebounder, on the mini trampoline, to move the lymphatic system every day in the morning and the evening for like 5 to 10 minutes. Drinking the lemon water, really important as well, to cleansing the lymphatic system. Hydration, amazing. I want to do it right now. And now for the lymphatic system, the eagle pose. Eagle pose is the name. So here comes Peggy, the yoga instructor. Yes, you get the full program just for you. Okay, I have to put this down. Okay, Sarah, are you here? Am I going to make myself nuts just for nobody? Okay, so the idea of the eagle pose is to restrict the lymphatic system and the muscles for a while, and then when you not restrict them anymore, the lymphatic system, the muscles pump more blood and the lymphatic system gets activated, because it's a passive system, right? Lymphatic system only moves through gravitation. So if you do a handstand, for example, very, very cool, that would help. Or if you have muscle activity, if you are walking, if you're running, dancing, or doing the eagle pose. So I recommend to start with the arms. So you cross one arm over the other, like that, elephant. Sometimes you get the hands together. You could basically go on YouTube and find eagle pose, probably going to be better explained than me, than myself. So crossing the arms in front, like that, as much as you can. If you can just do like this, it's fine too. You know, I've been doing this for a while, so. And then you cross the legs as well, like that. Just you know, swinging it around, or just like that. You know, if you can't, it doesn't have to be like this. So that. And then in the beginning, you might want to start with 30 seconds. I usually do like 1 minute. Da-da. Then you just release, mountain pose, and feel for a second how, you know, how the lymphatic system moves, and then you turn around, and then you make the other side. Do the other side. Yeah, got the picture. Does that make sense, Sarah? So that's something you can do twice per day, you know, both sides. So it would be like 2 minutes in the morning and 2 minutes in the evening if you don't want to do the mini trampoline, or in addition, that's something helpful. Let me put the microphone back on. Ship. Okay. Lynn. Emlyn, is it okay to eat cashew, oatmeal, and chia seeds while having a lot of bloating, gas, pain because of SIBO? There we go. So that's a question. It's very hard to answer because everybody is different. If you have, from my experience, if somebody has a lot of bloating and gas and pain from SIBO, I would probably not eat cashew, oatmeal, and chia seeds. Probably not going to be a good combination. Not just because it's, but also because cashews aggravate the whole bloating situation. So I would try, if you want to experiment a little bit, I would try to eat them separate. You know, go away from the nuts, make it low fat, easy to digest. Cooked greens or a little bit of blended greens with some fruits to start with. You know, easy. Definitely not for breakfast, this combination, because that's just going to clog up the liver. It's just going to be, you know, it's very, very filling, but also very, how do you say, blocking meal. You know, it's not really bringing the juices to flow. So really, it's about experimenting. It's about experimenting. It's not something that I would recommend as like the go-to for bloating, SIBO, you know, and gas pain. Yeah, that's my answer. Okay, Selina. Again, Reham, I talked about these whole emoji and everything, like crazy things. They are not fun. They are not cool. Selina, I've been having chronic acid reflux for 6 months now. I'm guessing what started it was going 5 or more hours without eating, basically leaving my stomach empty for too long, almost every day. Oh, sorry. Let me just ask if we can leave this for a second. Mario, tengo una conferencia ahora con YouTube, con 80 personas. 20 minutos, por favor. Gracias. Okay. Gosh. My landlord just started his fixing technique with the drill, and I just asked him if we can have a little bit more time without the, you know. Okay, Sinja, you have been chronic reflux for 6 months and it was going 5 or more hours without eating, basically leaving my stomach empty for too long almost every day. So what's the question? What's the question? I don't understand. Okay, let me know. I don't really see a question in there. I just see a statement. So guys, if you put those question marks on there, please make it a question and not just like, okay, that's me kind of thing. Because then it's just, we're kind of wasting the time for everybody. So, okay, Linda H. Burning tongue for 2 years. I have tried vitamin B, but no help. The only thing that helps is chewing gum. Okay, so burning tongue can have several causes. Mineral deficiency, like vitamin B complex and B12 deficiency is just one of them. It can also be an inflamed nervous system. Nobody tells you that. Inflamed nervous system. Viruses can be a cause, and heavy metals as well. Often it's a combination. So it's not just the B vitamins. It's also taking care of your nutrient profile and making sure you're not eating foods that necessarily make things worse, like feeding viruses and bacteria, like eggs and dairy and all of the things that we talk about on the channel. So it's the chewing gum is interesting because it creates more saliva probably, and that cools it down. One thing you can try is coconut water. Coconut water is also antibacterial, antiviral. It has a lot of electrolytes and might also help with the burning tongue. That would be something to try out. Let me know if you did that. Okay. Let's take one or two more. Hi, Natasha. There's a gut feeler pioneer who just joined. It's a really good question. Natasha, what do you recommend for disinfection of hands instead of alcohol? Who says this disinfection of your hands? Like this is oh my God, I could just scream. What we need right now, from my perspective, is not less bacteria, it's more bacteria. It's more getting in contact with, with the soil, with nature. Airports are not the best time to lick your hand. I agree. I wouldn't do that before the whole COVID situation, but it's not, like this whole idea that we have to disinfect anything. This is going again. Disinfection is antibacterial. It's anti-life. You don't life. Whole bathroom, disinfecting everything. You can just use apple cider vinegar, better than putting it into your mouth. Put it on your face. Put it in the bathroom. That's one of the things. Strengthening the immune system. Being more aware of where you touch your hands and things. Water and soap, highly recommended thing. I'm not saying you just lick your hand on the airport and don't worry about anything, but I'm telling you, disinfectants are not the problem, not the solution to the problem. They make it worse. They kill our good microbiome. They kill the good bacteria that we have in the respiratory tract by inhaling it. All these gels, they kill your protective layer. So your skin has a protective layer of healthy bacteria that is there for a reason. And every time we do this disinfecting, we basically wipe them out. And we create more resistant negative bacteria, bad bacteria that will, create kind of superbugs in the future that we already have in the present right now. It's just going to get worse. So that was my statement to the whole disinfection thing. If you don't like me anymore, that's fine, but I'm gotta be honest with you. Okay, let's do one or two more. Hi, Jennifer. Let's see. Oh, that's great. Here, one. It's been more than 2 years since I drank normal temperature water. If I drink, my nose is full of mucus. What do I do? How can I join your course? Okay, these are different questions. So so what kind of water do you usually drink? Like cold or hot? Understanding that whenever, this is maybe for addressing this a bit broader, maybe that occurs for some of the gut feelers watching here, for you as well. Reacting to hot water, cold water, temperatures, things like that, or even air pressure changes. That's something that happens for all of us. But it's not something that your sinus is crazy or things like that. The only difference between somebody who has symptoms and somebody who doesn't even notice is that there's some inflammation going on. There's some potentially resistant strains of strep hanging here out, piecing out in your sinus. And those individuals who don't have symptoms, they don't have it. So it's always like if you're a woman, you know that. It's not something new. With your period, you're going to swell up a little bit, like, a little bit balloon feeling, because like there's more water restored in your cells, and it's a bit like expanding. Or with the moon, some of us react to the moon. That's because our body is alive and water reacts to the environment. So that's totally normal. All our sinuses are a little bit, expanding when there are different temperature changes. That's normal. But if you're reacting to, so don't make the sinus the problem. Don't make the weather the problem. Like, oh, it's the weather, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. That's just an indicator. It's like the classical thing. Like, that's just a symptom. It's just the top of the iceberg. So we're going to look down there and finding out, where's the inflammation coming from? The extra, the thing why I really feel it. And one thing you can check out, what a YouTube channel name, honestly. Just kidding. One thing you can check out is the sinus video. I think I have 3 right now. If you just put in gut feelings and sinus in the search bar on YouTube, that's one thing you can go for to check out. Yeah, so you can get more information. Colloidal silver is amazing. Zinc is amazing. And just understanding more, why your sinus is swollen. Sweet. This is going to be the last question. This is just too good, but I have to be very. No, I think I can't answer it. I would love to talk about the vaccine thing, but I think they're going to be killed on YouTube. So, my friend, we had a chat actually about this, and he like, what do you do if your community, if the gut feelers ask you about the vaccine? So YouTube doesn't block you and stuff. And he said like I should just do some face movements. So I'm doing that for you right now. So there we go. That's my comment to the whole picture. And that's like a very clear and not differentiated and 100% I'm behind that head movement answer. There's no, even with my best friend. The thing about this that we're getting so brainwashed, all the time with this whole topic. Just stop watching all that stuff. Stop. If your friends are talking about it, just say, hey, I'm gonna go. Bye. If that's your favorite topic, I'm out. Find different friends. Just learn where you focus your energy. Because if if it comes to that point where you can't travel without the thing, then okay, then you can bring up the topic again, but not right now if it's not really, really relevant to you. So stop consuming all this brainwashing thing. I know it's hard because we're so used to it, but it's literally programming our, subconscious. Am I going to be irresponsible if I don't have the, things like that? It's crazy. Da, 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 da. There's this Britney Spears song, right? Drive me crazy. Well, a bit silly today. I think it's the heat. Okay, guys. So it's been over an hour. I have to retreat now. Thank you, Computer Care. Can you name 5 plant proteins you recommend? Yes, I can. I have a video about this. It's very simple. Just if you put in protein and gut feelings, I talk about plant-based protein, and I also talk about why focusing on protein is a really bad idea. And this is another one where we get brainwashed a lot. You need more protein. You need to build muscles. I'm eating like tons and tons of protein every day. No, I'm not. And I don't have any muscle problems. So, okay, watch the video. Computer care is going to help. And I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for joining. I know it's been a bit goofy today, and maybe your question wasn't answered. If you want to check out the one-on-one support, I've got the information down below. Also, the new course. If you're into that, send a video to Maria, my assistant, and support@peggyschirmer.com. And if you're like, I don't know, I can't start with any of those, start with the gut healing challenge. Start with 1 week. It's also linked below. It's an easy challenge to start with. You're learning more about foods, you're learning more about yourself, and just go for it and take one step at a time. I really, really believe that healing is so much more than just getting rid of this symptom. This is like the starting point. This is to get you engaged, like the carrot. Even if it tastes more like a salty thing, that moldy thing that you got out of your fridge and you don't want to eat the symptom. But it's like it's part of the game. It's part of the healing journey. Discovering this, curiosity in what else is there. What is there for me to discover? I'm not just a victim of what happens to me, but it's actually an invitation to grow. So if that resonates with you, love to work with you one-on-one. If it resonates with you, but you are not into one-on-one, just stay on the YouTube channel. Just let's stay in the conversation. Let's keep engaging. Maybe you want to become a gut feeler member like Natasa and pop out on the chat and in the comments. So lots of talking. Thank you so much for joining. I wish you a beautiful Sunday or whenever you're watching this day, and I hope I'll see you soon. Big gut feeler, high five.